everyone. We are back.
Back in Michigan, and it's actually not too bad of a day out, but nothing like sunny Florida.
Yeah, and okay, we do want to apologize. We did take the podcast equipment down to Florida. We did podcast down there, but I had a malfunction with my laptop. I don't know what was going on, but I could not log into my laptop, and I even had Mariah's fiance Brian, who's like really good with that stuff, kind of look into it for me, and he couldn't figure it out. So we're re-recording so that way it's a little bit more
fresh, because we did it right away and we didn't have that much to talk about. So we're gonna kind of redo it, and then we'll probably release 2 this week to make up for it. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna try to do.
That's our plan.
Yeah, so this one's going to be more like you're going to get a recap, an insight to our last 10, 11 days and everything that went on, and like all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and then after that,
because I do feel like in Florida I wasn't able to like be on my stories a lot. It weirdly felt like in Florida I was busier, and my mom said that too. Like she felt like we didn't even have as much time as we do at home, but we were just kind of like chilling, but at the same time it takes a lot of work to chill.
Yeah, we like literally felt like we were doing nothing and everything at the exact same time. We went to bed early. I don't think I stayed up past 9:30.
I think that's the latest. Yeah,
the entire time. And this is really bad. I didn't even tell Nicole this part. And I'm a prayer, and I pray every night. I think I fell asleep half of the nights while I'm saying my prayers or before them. Like it was like I hit the covers and I was out. And it's not even like the beds are comfortable, but they're not like your,
they're pretty comfy.
But they're not like your home beds.
No.
Like last night we got home late and I slept so good last night in my own bed. What about you?
Did you?
Yeah.
I did, but for some reason I told Vic I slept a little better there because it's really weird not having a headboard. I have a platform bed. Victor wanted a platform bed since we've been together. I give him a platform bed. And I find my head like pushed up against the wall because I think I'm just so used to having a headboard. So I don't sleep that well in our platform bed.
You order everything you want. Why do you not look and order a king size headboard and get it? You can add a headboard to any platform bed, can't you?
Probably.
Yeah, you should probably look and get one.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Because I noticed you guys have to shove your pillows all up in there just so Arrow don't get crouched up in there too. So it'd probably be better to have a headboard.
I think so. But yeah, I mean, it was really good to be home right when I stepped foot in the house. I was like, hell yeah.
Yeah, it was. But
I missed Florida though right away.
Yeah, I missed the weather. I missed waking up. Nicole had a pattern when she was there. The minute Arrow got up from her, woke up and said good morning to her, she brought him into the bed to me and Dave, no matter what time it was. No matter if we were sleeping or up, she's like, good morning. And she like toss him in and run away. And it was just fun. We had a lot of fun. Like the morning cuddles are the best.
He's such a good mood in the morning. Like he will love up on them. So I take advantage of that stinky diaper and all. I pass him right on and they do the diaper change. And I just kind of take a second to wake up.
And then we go make coffee then. Sometimes we're up before him, but most of the time he's the first one up, actually. I mean, besides Victor going to work out. But he was mainly the waker-upper, and then we'd go make coffee and then take him outside and drink the coffee, and then she'd come out in a little bit.
I loved that. I'll never not want a vacation in the same room as you guys. It's awesome.
Yeah, well, we both have our own rooms, but it's...
yeah, but I meant like just going right next door.
In the same resort thing, yes.
Makes things a lot easier. But it was a really good trip, and I guess where do you want to start with it, Mom?
I don't know. What do you want to start with? The beginning? When we first got down there, we had like a good flight the first, right? Yeah, I'm trying to remember. We had a really good flight.
I mean, I thought we were going down just once, but man, I was really scared. I don't like any turbulence, I realized. It got worse since I had Arrow. Like, there was like a drop, and Victor will admit, he said to Mariah, like a couple days later, he goes, I mean, I at one point thought it was the last bit of turbulence I've ever feel in my life. Like, we were going down.
See,
so it was kind of bad.
Yeah,
I've been on a lot of planes, and it was one of the worst ones.
Yeah, it didn't really scare me, but I thought it was, but our car, we got down there and everything was smooth. Like, the airport wasn't packed when we arrived. We got out of there quick, and Victor did his car rental through Turo.
Yeah, that was
and
awesome.
It was so smooth, and we had the nicest van, and it was, it was like new, and it was like super modern, but they brought it right there, so he didn't even have to leave. By the time we had the bags off of the luggage rack. He was already good, and the vehicle was there. That was super easy, right?
It was the best. Oh, gosh, you guys, I'm sorry I'm bumping into stuff. Paris won't leave me alone right now, and I'm trying to get Victor to come get the dogs. Yeah, it was the nicest van that we've ever had. We love minivans when we travel. Did you already say that?
No, I didn't say that. We always try to get one.
We always get a minivan. We did have like one hilarious experience years ago where we rented from somebody, and then the battery died, so then they had to come bring us another battery, and it was just like it was really like a crazy experience.
And we had a lot of people in it because we had to give
dragging.
We had to give it. I felt like we were like dragging on the road. I was like, oh my gosh, we got too much weight in this van.
And this
with all the
van
luggage
was like,
and the stuff.
Yeah, so it was a completely different experience. This time it was awesome. We really loved it. So, yeah, we had a great trip down.
And then Jessie and Ashley had already, she had her spring breaks. So they were down there about 5 days before us. So they were waiting with open arms when we got down there. Yeah. And they were all excited to
well, they had to take us in because our room wasn't ready yet.
Yeah, we got there early. We flew in early morning. So, so we went and hung out in their room for a little bit. And it started raining right away.
Oh, yeah, because we were like, let's go grab a bite to eat down at the resort. Started raining. But then Jesse was so excited to see us. And then he's like, do you guys want some of our food? So I had a wrap, made a wrap with their little refrigerator food. It was really good. And then actually me and Arrow, since it was raining, we snoozed in their, they had 2 beds in their room. So we snoozed in their bed that was not like their actual bed. Took a 2-hour nap, felt great.
And the rest of us went to the arcade and just walked around and waited for the rain to quit. And then she was still sleeping. We got a call that our room was ready, so we went and took all our stuff in. And
Mom did a grocery order, so she didn't have to go in the grocery store.
The day before, yes. I did a grocery order the day before at the Walmart, the right Walmart this time, because one time I did it the week of her wedding, and I did it like at
30-minute wait.
Yeah, 30 minutes away. It said it was only a few miles, but miles and minutes are not the same in Florida. And it was literally like 30 minutes away. But we got the close one this time, so I got all the groceries picked up. We got them in, and then we went out to dinner with them.
Yeah, that was nice. And oh my gosh, you guys. So we went to Bahama Breeze, is that what it's called? Mm-hmm. And it was half off apps. So between 4 to 6, I think it was half off apps. So
and Jesse's like pushing. He's like, he didn't tell us about the half off apps. He told us about the half off drink special, or the what's it called, the 4 to 6 drinks
happy hour.
Happy hour. He told us about they have the best drinks on happy hours, like the pretty stuff.
Yeah, margaritas and all sangria. Mom got a nice sangria looking thing. And so then I'm like, okay, I'm going to get this half off app. All right. So I ordered this, which it was on my story. It was like this pretty like avocado shrimp dish, and it looked really cool. And I'm eating it and I love it. And I'm like thinking, oh man, I really don't want to share this with anybody, because on the menu cost, it was $22. So I thought that was real expensive. And so we got it for $11.
And we had a lot of apps. I think we got 4 apps.
Yeah, like 4 apps. But I just felt real bougie. And I was like, man, I love this. I'm like, all right, fine. Like, Jesse and Dad, you guys can try it. You're going to love it. I'm not going to get any more. And Dad tried it. And he was like, that's like fishy. And then Jesse tried it. And he was like, oh my God, Nicole, you're eating like a dead, rotten fish. And I'm like, what? Because I hate fishy things. I'm like, no, I'm not. I still to this day think they're nuts.
And I didn't try it, but anyways, did Ashley tell me?
She said it was like a little fishy.
Yeah, she said she took one little bite and it wasn't good either.
So it was like this
me and Victor didn't try
this running joke the entire trip of me eating. Like they thought, oh my gosh, you're going to get so sick, which I never did. But it did not taste fishy at all to me, which is hilarious. But they were dying laughing.
And Dave and Jesse can eat anything. So that's the funniest part. So Dad now I wish I would have tasted it.
And Dad's like, oh, I would have wasted that. Because my dad doesn't waste anything. He's like the old-fashioned, like, eat everything on your plate. And he's like, I would have let that go. Like, no, you wouldn't.
He would have, though, because
it was
that's
not
the joke.
Fishy, though.
It was like the joke. And the funniest thing is, like, he didn't tell how bad it was. Like, and like every day it got like a bigger story and worse. So had I known he was that crazy of a thing, I would have taken a bite of it. but I didn't. But the funniest,
you wouldn't have let me eat it because he's acting like it was like death.
But it was like, but the funniest thing, he was pushing it at everybody else on the table. Like the whole time, I should have noticed because he must have thought it was funny. He's like, Jesse, taste this, you know.
It was crab, avocado, and shrimp. That's what it was, and it was not fishy. I swear to you. I don't know what the heck. I had something like a couple days later, and I was like, and they were eating it, and I was like, this is way fishier than what I had. So I don't know. I don't know if my taste buds were off, but then I was a little bit scared of like, then they were scared because you're like, oh, now Arrow's got to breastfeed and you're going to be sick and he's going to be pooping. I'm like, oh my God. But I felt fine. And it was a really, really good dinner. That was one of my favorite dinners. This episode is brought to you by Bloom Nutrition. So I love Alfredo. I don't know if you guys do, but it makes me super bloated. It's horrible. But this greens powder is really cool, and it really helps with that. So I'm going to share that Bloom Nutrition makes it easy and delicious to give your body what it needs to feel your best, inside and out. Their greens and superfood powder blend. So it's a super powder blend. It fights bloating, it helps digestion, it increases natural energy, and it keeps your skin glowing. So they're packed with over 50 nutrients, including whole fruits and veggies, fiber, probiotics, antioxidants, and more, all in one easy-to-drink formula. You just mix it with water, smoothie, and add it to your daily routine. It comes in 4 different flavors: coconut, mixed berry, citrus, and original. Right now, Bloom Nutrition is offering our listeners 15% off your purchase of their greens and superfood blend when you go to bloomnu.com/cocoa. That's BLOOMNU.com/COCO for 15% off your purchase. Go to bloomnu.com/cocoa, COCO, for 15% off.
So then we did that, and then we went back to our room. And Jesse and Ashley had their own room, but they got in our room that night, and
oh yeah,
and they're like, it was kind of cute, and they're like, let's have a sleepover. And Ashley agreed with Jesse, and they stayed. So we pulled out the couch, went got all the couch bed, pulled out all the extra blankets, and we still all went to bed early. Did we play any games?
No,
we were gonna, but we just
so
didn't,
tired.
did we? Turned on the TVs, pulled everything out,
but
and just
then
had like a sleepover.
We had a good breakfast that morning, right? So that was beneficial.
Oh, the next morning, yes, we made a big breakfast, and we invited.
No, that was just us.
Oh, it was just us that morning. Yeah, because they left that. Then we went to River Island for the day. We went to the lazy river for the day, but rented a cabana. It was really nice, but by 2:00 we got stormed out. And what did we do the rest of the night?
I don't even remember. What did we do for dinner? I don't know. That was so long ago, it feels.
It does. Like, now I'm going to be thinking about it while we're podcasting.
Wait, so it stormed, and we had to go back to our room, and then
Jesse and Ashley packed some of their stuff.
We must have went to dinner again.
Where'd we go to dinner?
We had to go to dinner. Miller's? No. Oh my gosh,
now
that's going to drive us nuts.
Yes, that's going to drive me really crazy because I don't know what we did for dinner the second day.
Pizza. You guys ordered pizza, so we stayed in. Remember? We ordered pizza, but...
Oh, yeah, we did.
You ordered... I don't know what the heck is going on right now. We're both losing our minds.
Yes, we're both looking at each other. This is like crazy, so I don't even want to think about it. I'll know by the next episode like what we did. But then the next morning they had to go to the airport super early. They left Saturday morning, right?
Yeah, Orlando Airport is right now. If anyone's flying out,
Friday morning they left.
Flying out, get there 4 hours early. I'm not even joking. We had to beg. Victor had to beg for us to make our flight. First, our flight got delayed several hours. And then Victor moved us
This is coming. You're totally talking about our last day now here.
Okay, yeah, fine. So I'm just going to tell you, I'll just preface it with, if you're going to Orlando Airport, get there early. All right, we can continue.
And then so they flew out Friday morning, and then Friday we spent the day again at the lazy river, and that was one of the nicest days we had there because it wasn't too hot or too cold. We got a cabana, and you had your friends come visit. Yeah,
so then I got to meet Jamie Otis, which she's super awesome. Like, I always loved her online. She runs a really great body positive page, and she has I don't know if they're still doing their podcast currently, but she had a podcast with her husband, but she was on Married at First Sight, which I've had her on Coco Caliente, and I've been on her podcast as well. This is the first time we got to meet in person, and she is awesome, you guys. It
was so comfortable. We had two kids, and they're cute and
Felt
funny.
Like we were friends for years. So easy. yeah, we had a great time, and then they left, and then I think we ended up just staying in. We stayed in so much. We did not like go out to eat as much as we normally do, which is so odd, but we're so tired. I think it was having a baby really made us more tired. I don't know. I mean, I had to get up at 6:30 every single day. So for me, normally in vacation, I'd probably sleep till 9.
Yeah, and it was just busy, like, with a baby. We all the packing, like, we did rent a cabana for every day. We canceled a few of the days when it was really, really stormy out, and which was at the beginning of more towards the beginning of the trip. We canceled or we'd get rained out of them. So that happened a few times, but we also, we had so much to pack there. I don't even know, like, it took all of us, like, because we took the playpen, the pack and play, and we set that up in there. We took a little high chair, at the beginning of the trip, and the coolers, the
food for us, towels, bathing
blankets,
suits, changes
pillows,
of clothes, diapers, like, it was
snacks,
insane.
card games. We took, like, we would, like, take everything to the cabana. So it was like,
I mean, I think Mom hauled a 2-liter of Sprite, like
7-Up. It was Diet 7-Up.
7-Up 3 days and didn't even know we hauled it there.
Yeah, I was like, when I was unpacking the bags one day, I said, we've been taking this every day. No wonder these bags are so heavy. Like, I was like, I felt like we were like literally huffing and puffing.
We could never find anything. Like, I'd be like, where's Arrow's sunblock? We have 3 bottles. We cannot locate one, but I bet you they're all 3 of them are somewhere, like in the cabana. It was so frustrating.
We had a big bingo bag with all the bingo daubers and the bingo clipboards and the tape.
And Dad would just bring Dad was just bringing containers.
He's in charge of the cooler.
Pickles, and I mean, you never know what the frick he's going to put in the cooler. But it's like, all right, today you eating a bunch of pickles or
because he brought us fruit every day. He was trying. We had a little fridge there, so he was like, Mom did all this grocery shopping. We're going to eat this stuff because, like Nicole said earlier, he does not like to waste food. So we're like, let's get this.
Buying a cabana with a baby is a must. I'm going to just say that. Some people were DMing me, what do you recommend going to that resort? So we go to Orange Lake and Kissimmee. We love that resort, but I really recommend having, if it's hot, you need a cabana. And you have to book those ahead of time. So
and the last 3 days there were miserably hot, like
89,
even like in the cabana, and they have and they have ceiling fans in the cabana too, and they have a lot of venting, like air. But it was like you stepped even out of it an inch, and you were like really hot.
Yeah, I got
a really nice.
I had to literally dip my head into the pool, like just to cool down. It was so bad. But I mean, it was nice to feel like you were in the tropics. But at the same time, like, I had a baby on my hip the whole time. There's just sweat everywhere.
And the nice thing about the cabanas, we rented them in a good spot, especially most of the days, like we did. And so you go out to the front of the cabana, and it's the big saltwater pool. And then to the back one, it's just the regular pool. But we're, like, literally, like, steps away from each pool. So that was super, super nice. Like,
oh, yeah. And my favorite days are the days that we stay on resort. Mom hauled us to some dinner show one night, which is coming up. We don't have to walk through every single day, but if you want to, we can.
Well, no, every day. But I already talked about the weather. Bingo. So we played bingo probably, like 6 times this time only out of the 11 days? I'd say 6 times. And who won?
Vic won last time. Brian won.
Oh, Brian and Dad.
So Brian and Mariah came with us. I don't know. Did we already say that?
Yeah, they got there Friday. Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So but Mom won the raffle twice. Or Mom won the raffle, I guess, twice. But she said Dad won, so she didn't have to say her name again and where she's from. But so she won a gift card twice, which was really nice. And so when we were first playing bingo, it wasn't like a thrill enough for me because I was starting with 2 cards and then I was taking care of a baby at the same time. And so then the last day I was like, Mom, I'm going to do 3 cards, which there's 6 games on each card. So what is that, 18 cards?
Yep. And I said, okay, I'll do it too.
I'll do it too. And then all of a sudden it's like,
it was hard.
But it was fun because it was like, you're like, can't take the adrenaline's going. And then Brian's next to us and he's playing 1 card. And, like, he almost got a freaking bingo. So I'm wondering.
And he did win one day when he only plays 1 card.
What I'm wondering is.
If we don't watch him good enough?
Yeah. Do we not watch? The odds of that is so slim. You know what I mean? Like,
because we're sitting next to each other and we're kind of keeping an eye on each other.
He helped me a lot. But, I mean, I just felt like maybe I'm not watching my cards good enough. But then Arrow decided to like want a couple things during that. But it was fun. I love playing
the bingo is fun. So yeah, so we'd get down to the cabana every day about when we had them about 9. We were supposed to check in from 9 to 11. We usually checked in by 9:30, hauled all our stuff and set up. Somebody got in line to buy the bingo cards. Start bingo at 11. What time we get done? About 12:30. And it's not normal bingo, so it's kind of fun. Like it'll be a M is for March, or it's going to be a cornhole, or it's going to be
leprechaun hat.
Yeah, it's like each month has different things, but you have to do a whole pattern. So you do this whole pattern.
And the last games always cover all.
Yeah. So there's 3 games.
And you win $250 each game.
Yeah, so that's what's really
cool.
So
when you win, that's nice.
Yeah, so Brian and Dad both had some extra cash in their pocket this week. And then when that's done, we get that all cleaned up and we order lunch.
Yep.
And then we go to the pools. We go to the pools right away after, and then we order lunch, and then go to the pool some more, and then it's the cornhole tournament. So
cornhole tournament's fun. People take it super seriously. They almost kicked some people out. We missed that part, but there was some fights going on, so that was interesting.
But it's like every year in March, like, okay, here's a weird or normal. Is it weird or normal when you go on vacation to like make friends with like tons of people while you're there? Because like, I feel like we have like a whole bunch of groups there. Like
we
different
see
groups.
them every single year. Yeah.
Yeah. And even some new ones, like if you find them or whatever, and they'll come talking to you. But some of them that we see every year, and then like, they're just like that, like the last day, that New York, the mom that sat with us, because it was, she said, and like, I feel like, and she's like, oh, I'll see you. Hopefully we come again at this time. I've never met her before. Have you?
No, but she was super talkative.
Yeah, the whole time. I felt like I knew everything about her life, and she knew everything about mine before she even left. She
was really nice.
And that was the first time her son and husband were in the cornhole. But
because he just turned 18. You got to be 18.
And the sun is brutal there. So she like basically came over and said, which we are so prepared by the cornhole tournaments at 4. So by 2:45, 2:30, Dave and Victor are hunting down and setting us up umbrella chairs, everything over at the cornhole site. So we're safe for the baby. So we had a good spot. So she's like, basically we had like 7 people we didn't know saying, can I, at least she asked.
Yeah,
she's like,
somebody else just
propped next to me, and she
sat on our table, and she was a grumpalump.
She was like rubbing shoulders with me. I was like, oh, we were all smiling at each other because I don't think she was sitting closer to me than anybody in my family. I was like, whoa. But this other lady said, can I share your shade? I'm like, sure. And she was like so friendly, and she came over and
so I think to answer your question, it depends on what you want to do. You can make friends or you don't. I mean, when I was younger, I always made friends. Then I think I hit my, young 20s, and then I was like, I don't need to make any friends. And then now that I'm like a mom, I feel like, oh yeah, let's make some friends. So different stages of different life.
But it's busy because then sometimes they'll talk to you for a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like, I don't know, it's cool. It's really cool to see them. Specifically our friends from Canada, I feel like.
Yeah, because they didn't make it last year because they couldn't come for COVID, and so they came this year. So it was nice to see them again.
The other friends my mom's referring to they're in their 70s. They're snowbirds, right?
Yeah.
So we see them every year, and you guys, like this cornhole tournament, they are
professionals, I'm telling you.
Yeah, and they're literally like 70 or older. I don't even know. And some are younger, but I mean, they are so good, and they always beat us. So we did not make the finals this year. Who made it the furthest?
Me and Dad made it to the semifinals. We beat you and Victor and Mariah and Brian in those ones.
Yeah.
That was the only time we did really good.
Yep, that's about it. And otherwise, you get it.
Every year but they do them like around here, I think it's 27 feet. There, they only do them 22 and a half feet, I think it is. So they're a lot closer. So you have to be like more prepared. And the snowbirds stay there from January till like April. So they're in it to win it and they're smart. They know.
You should have saw Mom one time. She had the game of her life the last day we were there. She was Victor's partner because Victor hurt his back and Mom hurt her knee. So them two were together because they could not.
We were like team mishap. We don't know.
So then me and Dad were partners. But then she played the game of her life. Okay, she like literally almost beat. It was 10 to 11.
I almost beat the person that won the day before.
That won the day before. and she was throwing
Victor
against him.
And beat Victor and Dave 11-0. The games only go up to 11, so it's a hard unless you're in the semi or the finals. So that they played that guy the day before, Dave and Victor, when they were partners, and they lost to them 11-0 on their, and it was their second or third game. I don't know where they were at in that part, but then we,
you and Victor,
and I said, "Oh my goodness!" I got up there, and I don't know what happened, but
they only lost 11-10. You guys, 1 freaking point,
and we would have been.
She's like, I played the game of my life,
and one of my bags fell off, like when the one tossed it, or else it would have been. We would have went to the next thing. It was just so crazy. Like I'd never played that good. I don't know.
But the day before, when she was my partner. It was so funny. She's like, she was thinking too hard, and she never I feel like she's normally got a little bit of a buzz, so she plays better. And she was thinking too hard, and she would forget to let go of the beanbag twice, and it just went straight up in the air.
Yeah, but I was not even drinking that day.
I was. What's going on? My hand won't let go. I'm like, Mom, what are you doing?
It was so hot. I did not want to play that day.
She's like, the heat's getting to me.
It was because we were outside all day, and oh my gosh. And then the shade thing, I like to get suntan, and I like to sit in the sun a little bit. So whenever we're at the table, every spot isn't in the shade. So I do take the sunniest spot. Usually me and Dad do.
Yeah,
and we let everybody else
totally.
in the shade. Mariah, Brian, you, the baby.
Well,
and
I feel
Arrow.
bad if that's really what it was.
I was just
do you know
so
those sometimes
hot.
when you think about something so much and then you can't even remember how
I just wanted it over.
So that's what I think happened to you, because that's kind of what happened with my computer. I could not I can't remember my password to get in, but I've gotten in every single time for 5 years. But then I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm thinking about it. Why can't I sign into my computer? I feel like that's what you're doing with your beanbag. You're like, what am I doing? And she's just forgetting to let go of it. I'm like,
I really did not want to win. I was so scared to have to go up and play again. I was like, because I got a break, because me and Nicole didn't care. So we're like, we'll let Dave and we switch. Dave likes to win.
Let me tell you a little bit about my dad in cornhole real quick. So for this, my mom was his partner, Victor was his partner, and then I was finally his partner on the last day, just because mom and Victor got hurt. So anyways, no one really wants to be... Everyone wants to be Dad's partner because he's the best, but at the same time, he gives you the ugliest looks if you mess up. So you automatically have all this pressure on your back. So I'm up with him this last time, and we win the first game, but barely. So he's giving me dirty looks, and I'm making the crowd laugh because I'm like, oh, I'm going to be getting a pep talk because I kept missing. And then the second time he was giving me some looks again. And I'm like, Dad, quit stressing me out. He's like, it was 10-10, you guys. I had a bag in my hand and the girl next to me had a bag in her hand. And I had to get it on and she had to miss. So I got it on. She missed. I won the game. But Dad's like, come on, Nicole, it shouldn't have been that close. I'm like, okay, Dad. I'm so stressed. I'm like, and then we played... our friends from Canada who are really, really good. And I felt like the weight just kind of lifted off my shoulders. I knew we weren't going to win. But I scored 6 freaking points. My dad scored 0. And I was just so happy because I said, Dad, you can't say nothing. And then he was like, you're right. You did better. But he is just a hard partner to have, because even if my mom does phenomenal, he's like, oh, you could have done better. But he's
that one day we went far, though. He didn't say that he knew I did good that day.
He's just fun. He's the most competitive. You think me and Vic are competitive? He takes it a whole nother level.
And there's 24 teams in this every day. Mm-hmm. Then you have to get in line to sign up, and a lot of people don't get in it. So the people that are there all the time, they are so smart that they know the guinea pigs, the people who aren't very good, they know exactly where to line up and how they match them up.
Yeah,
pretty
so
much.
They can play them. Because I'm wondering why I'm always playing
the best teams every time.
The best team first, and they never got to play each other.
And Nicole went up there the one day because we figured that out, and she said, can you do stuff in a different order today? Because do you not notice how everybody climbs in between us when we're in line? And that was the funniest thing, because then Nicole had to play... Victor's parents were there playing that day, so Nicole had to play Victor's parents, whoever we were next to. And then I had to play... Who did I play? But that's the day I ended up playing Nicole and Mariah's team, and that's the day we got the farthest. And they didn't put us.
We would
played
propel
regular
each
people.
other up. Yeah,
we played regular people at the same levels or whatever. But so it was kind of fun. But they literally, there's 24 teams, and they got all the people she calls the snowbirds. They set up all these chairs along around thing, and you're with at least 12 of the teams are their teams. out of the 24.
Yeah.
So they're cheering each other on. So you're
Odds
always
are
playing their
against
team.
you.
So it's so like, I feel like we're getting cheered against. But then now, like, we're getting to know them. They were cheering for us quite a bit too. Like when we did good, they would come fist bump constantly and say, "Oh my gosh, good shoot." I don't know. I feel like we went on a lot about cornhole, but it's like a big part of our days down there. And Dave's like, when we're leaving, we're going to get practiced up for next year, which we say every single year. And
yeah, because it's a big deal then. But then now thinking like, no way am I going to practice.
And this was Mariah's first time with the cornhole because they didn't have it last year with the wedding with the COVID stuff and that. They didn't end up having it, and she actually got hooked on it. She thought it was fun too. It's just a
Except
little
for the last
fun
day,
tournament.
her and Brian, they watched Arrow instead because it was so hot. That's
They
how
didn't
hot
wanna
it
play,
was. They're like,
yes.
we can't play. It's too hot. Okay, anyways, we'll move
Talk
on.
about Arrow meeting Victor's family finally, and Victor's
Oh yeah,
family.
so Arrow met Victor's family for the first time. Well, he met his dad when his dad came up when Arrow was younger, but Gretchen and Victor were able to meet Arrow, and it was really cool. And then his sister Ashley and all of her kids, and then Tito, which is her husband, and then Victor's grandma I met for the first time, and Arrow also got to meet. And then Gretchen's sister, the first time I met her, she was there, and I think that's about it. But we had a family day with them one day over at Ashley, which is Victor's sister's place that she was staying. So it was really nice. Like, I love her kids so much, so it was really good to see them. And then the two youngest are really obsessed with Arrow, which is so cute. Like, they always want to help me, hold him, and take care of him. And so I wish they lived closer because I would love, like, for them to be able to hang out a lot more. But it was really good. Gretchen, Victor's mom, she did cry when she saw him, which I anticipated, which was really sweet. And I think they're just like, he's so cute. I love him so much. They wish they could see him more. And I'm trying to get them up here for his baptism. Hopefully, at least his sister, because his sister will be his godmother. That would be awesome. So, Ashley, if you're listening to this, I really want you to come up. You know that I've already been discussing dates, but I'm not sure what date for sure. And then, but yeah, do you have anything else to add?
Yeah, I just was so surprised. And Arrow did so well.
Yeah,
he did not
place as strange as I anticipated.
No, and he just, I don't know if it must be like
the FaceTimes,
and just like. Mm-hmm. The familiar, because Victor's dad and Victor have a lot of similarities in them, in your family. So I think he can recognize. He loved Mariah's voice. He hasn't seen Mariah since he's been 1 month old, but she has a sweet little baby voice that she uses when she talks to him. And he would smile every single time. And like he did there
really
wasn't
good.
Anybody that he didn't let hold him.
No, he did really good. As long as you let him warm up, he's good. So that was really nice and then Victor's parents, his sister only was able to stay for not very long because the kids had school, but Victor's parents were able to stay for like 5 or 6 days. So they got in on the bingo, they got in on the cornhole.
And they've never played that in their life.
And they were pretty good for never, they almost beat me and Victor. And then we spent some days with them. It was great. Like, it was a really good family vacation all around. So that was exciting. I was really excited for Arrow to be able to meet them. And then his great grandma, Gretchen's mom, came up there. She lives in Puerto Rico, but she was in Florida. So that was perfect timing. And she was really excited to meet Arrow as well. So and
they're already, Victor's parents are already looking into planning for next year, finding out when because we're always at the same time, trying to meet up again next year because they really enjoyed the resort. And even the last day they didn't plan on going swimming, and so his dad didn't even bring a swimsuit. So Gretchen didn't have hers on, and she usually does. And we all went swimming. She goes, "Oh, I'll put mine on." Next thing you know, the dad was in the gift shop and bought a swimming trunks, and he was in the pool too. So
it was just refreshing, and it was nice. And Arrow loves the pool, so that's a great spot to spend time with Arrow too. And we got a little floaty.
Yeah, it was definitely a fun. Now we can talk about the dinner show. Dave wanted to go to a dinner show the entire time we were there. So we've been to that's one thing we end up doing every year since the kids were little is going to dinner shows. So I feel like we've been to 90% of them. So, but we had to find one that was kind of kid friendly. So we've been the pirate one 3 times, but it was the one that I read that said the most kid-friendly, so that's with Arrow going. Okay. That's why I picked that one again, and then I set it up so that they announced, because we went on Mariah's birthday, her 30th birthday, and Nicole and Victor's 1-year anniversary is the same day, so they announced their names, and Victor and Dad ended up being a part of the show. They tried to get me, Nicole, and Mariah. And Brian went up too.
Yeah, you did. Because
we paid
all the boys did.
We paid VIP, so we got front row seating, which included a cake and champagne and some glasses and
which
extra
I ate
appetizers.
that cake for like 4 days. It was good.
So like we got all that perks, and then they did the announcing, and everybody got to go up. It was kind of fun. She took Arrow out towards the end, but this is the funny story of the day is when we were getting in, we got all ready to go, and I wore a glitter dress from
Franny and the Fox.
Yeah, of Nicole's when we went out there or whatever. And
she looked bomb too. I have a video that I'll now share on my social media, but I couldn't share at the time because our room number was in it, and I didn't know if that was weird or not. But I was like, it probably wasn't that big of a deal, but just in case for safety reasons.
Yeah, and so anyways, I was like. They take your picture. Oh, we also got all the souvenir pictures was included because we did the VIP package. So they'd set you up. And Mariah had never been to a dinner show, so she was
weirded out. She was in awe, but weirded out. She's like, because there was like guys in character, and she's like, what is going on?
She just did not understand the whole thing, and now she knows. Now she'll know from now on. But Brian loved it, but Mariah was just like shocked, like a lot of it. And but anyways, so they do these prop pictures, which I'm going to share on this page now since I'm telling the story about it.
Yes.
And anyways, Mariah said she did when we're getting the picture taken, I said to them, oh, don't do a picture. Don't show my legs. I don't want my legs to show. Because I don't usually wear shorter dresses. So I was like, don't show my legs or whatever. And she didn't say anything, the lady taking them or anything. So the pictures
she said
came.
Okay, I think.
Did she?
Yeah.
Well, the pictures came at the end of the night or whatever, and like when I looked at them, I'm like, oh, I actually like them.
Mom looks really freaking good in them.
I said that this picture is not bad at all. I said my legs look fine, and my legs were in there, and they looked fine. I said everything looks fine or whatever. So, anyways, Mariah's like, I hate my hair in it, and I wasn't even looking. Like she just says, my hair does not look like this right now. And so, anyway,
and I said, no, it doesn't.
So what did we think that they cut around the pictures of the hair?
Yeah, so basically we're on a green screen, so they like take your body and then they put you like this monster's like trying to get you or something, like this sea monster. So they kind of just, since her hair is like curly and kind of, like she's got really coarse like thick hair, so it has a lot of volume. So instead of like including all of her like little pieces that are like up and curly, they just like cut them off and basically just smoothed her hair at the top, but the bottom was still like bushy because they didn't, they just left all that. It was not at all what it looked like.
But anyway, she's only talking about the hair, and we're on the way home. We are laughing and laughing at these pictures because I'm like, well, I want to post it on Facebook, but if you guys like don't like it, like I said, well, I'll just wait till I post a bunch of pictures from the trip because I have a lot of pictures that I like. Arrow looks so cute in, but I don't. But I'm still gonna like post my vacation pictures or whatever. And so, anyways, we're laughing, and then who noticed the feet thing?
Dad was just like. Dad goes, everyone else has got feet, but where's Mariah's feet?
Mariah had a long dress on, and she literally has no feet. He goes, was she floating in the air? I swear, every one of us looked at the picture then because we were trying to grab it then. Every one of us were like, Victor was driving, and I even had to show him. We were like peeing our pants, roaring in laughter. We're like, what'd they do? Cut off your feet? Like
where's your feet?
And Dave goes, why am I standing in water with no shoes on? Like I had shoes on and stuff. So anyways, it took me about 10 minutes, and I started laughing. I said, I bet you're the one that said they thought you said don't show my legs. They cut your legs off.
She's just literally floating. You guys have to see this picture.
Yes, I will. Well, this will go out already tomorrow, right? This episode.
Hopefully. Yeah.
So I'm going to post that picture on there. But it's like, where is her feet? Is so darn funny.
Oh my gosh, you guys, those pictures are hilarious.
Yes, it was just, I don't know. That was so funny.
We're good on this episode if you want to save anything else.
Well, we have still a bunch of stuff to talk about. But do you want to do it on the next episode?
Yeah, we'll save it on the next episode.
Alrighty.
Okay, thank you guys so much for listening to us. And we're going to release hopefully another episode this week. So then we'll continue on this conversation. And if you go on Facebook, we have a private Facebook group that's called Coco Caliente Podcast. And join in because that's where we talk and we laugh a lot. So anyways, we appreciate you guys. And anything else, Mom?
Nope, that'll be it.
All right, have a good day.
Yep, bye-bye.
If you want to be the most interesting person at the cocktail party, well, hop on over and listen to the Brain Candy podcast.
Our award-winning content will have you laughing while you're learning.
We read all the best articles, books, and studies and keep up with new TV shows, documentaries, and pop culture. And then we cram it all into 2 shows a week.
Conspiracy theories, cannibal rabbits, unsolved mysteries, the history of the Walkman. There's something for everyone.
The Brain Candy podcast. Find our link in the show notes.
Or simply search for the Brain Candy podcast on your podcast app.